Nigeria. Because of my passion and vision to make great my nation. That I did not succeed. 6 years later again, I attempted to run for the office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. An election that saw me came second to our dear President, late President Umaru Yar'Adua, may his soul rest in peace.
Your whole life to GTV Africa, live from
Again, on the 2014, just of recent,
declaration of
under the platform of APC, I again ran for the office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which ushered in our dear President, President Mohamed Buhari. Foes and friends, relations, have besieged me with questions as they cannot understand why I continuously have insisted in politics, despite unquote, dirtiness associated with politics. One of my close friends said to me, Rochas, can I advise you? I said, go ahead and advise me. He said, if I were you, leave politics. You are blessed, you are wealthy. God has blessed you in all ramifications. And you have no business being in this dirty thing called politics. You've been arrested several. You've been molested, cajoled. Your children arrested, your wife humiliated. I advise you, pack your load and find somewhere in the comfort of America or Japan or UAE and enjoy the rest of your life. That's a suggestion, advice from the folks. But I said to them, my friend, what you do not know, that I'm not in politics for what I can get. I'm in politics for what I can give. Because for me, I prize honor more than life, and I prize glory more than wealth. What my friend did not understand is that I'm not satisfied. And I'm not satisfied, ladies and gentlemen. My heart bleeds. My heart bleeds for as long as the little boy in Maiduguri cannot go to school, and that little child in Katsina cannot go to school. And my nation has been tasked with 14.3 million out-of-school children. I'm not satisfied. I'm not satisfied that Nigerians could go to bed with fear. That Nigerians can no longer sleep with their eyes closed. Insecurity is ravaging our nation. I'm not satisfied. I'm not satisfied for as long as poverty becomes the order of the day. And Nigerians go hungry, looking for food to eat. In such a great nation. I'm not satisfied. And the worst of it all, nations have tagged us the capital poverty of the world. I disagree. They have tagged us the worst terrorist country in the world after Afghanistan and Mali. I disagree. They said to us we overborrowed. Our GDP is not right. Mortality rate is not right. Unemployment is too high in Nigeria. Insecurity and everything. I do not agree. That might be the fact, under their statistics and research, but that's not the truth. The truth is that we are a great nation. We are a blessed nation. God has blessed us with abundance, human and material resources. This nation last century was the greatest of them all. A time will come when this manifest truth will make manifest. But it might be appropriate at this point for me to give honor to woman who is there and to share with you some of my visions for this nation. Again, not written. I'm not a prepared text because I speak from my mind. How I feel about this great nation. Also, those of you who have gathered here have come from your little places. And I'm sure some of you must have come here not sure of what happens of their family tomorrow. I'm sure some of you borrowed money to come here. And so some of you are here looking, asking, when will the help come? The help has come. Let me therefore appreciate the ambassadors who are here, who have made our time to come and hear me. And I want you to extend this message to your countries that the new Nigeria is about now. are no longer that. This is not where we are. I'm not that. This is what I'm saying we are. We are Nigerians. I'm a great people. And we love one another. Let me honor the architect of our nation, the men and women who struggle for our independence, and those who are sleepless nights thinking about Nigeria, the architects of our code of arms, those who designed our flag, green, white, green. This day I remember they are thinking ways, the Wolowo, the Sadawna, the Tafa and the host of them. They are not here today and will not be here because they because they won't be here. But whatever they are, I want to salute them. May their soul rest in peace. And may the labors of our heroes past never be in vain. I salute them. But in the new Nigeria, I want to honor them in the new Nigeria. Tourism has been spoken so much about, yet without any practical reality. In the new Nigeria, the history of our founding fathers that constitute the first stepping stone into the development of Nigerian culture. To you, our listening but not too old leaders, the Democrats and those who have handled the affairs of this country, the Babangidas, the Shagarin, Absalan, Abacha, the Adwar, the Jonathan, the Obasanjo, two restoration. And of course, of recent, our dear President, President Mohamed Buhari. To all of you, this nation shall honor. We're not here to condemn the activities, but rather to improve and build on the foundation which we have laid for great nation. And for traditional rulers, the custodians of our culture and tradition, the new Nigeria shall write the principles of democracy, and we shall no longer define democracy as the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. We shall now define democracy for the inclusiveness of the traditional rulers, as government of the people, by the people, for the people, and with the people. That brings us to the issue of community government. Our traditional rulers shall play a very key role in the new Nigeria, because our culture, our tradition is imperative. Every society of mankind is created by God with their culture and tradition. For no nation can grow above or beyond their culture and tradition, for those have relationship with God. Unquote, over the Rochas of Okorocha. The president left the state. When we finance the community government to bring government down to people, and when people can understand the government, helping us to check crime and helping us to develop the rural areas where most of our people stand. The president are in charge and play a role. The Boko Haram song doesn't have the money this way. And to you, I want to tell you, I'm a government. In the new Nigeria, judiciary shall be made a pivot and the only pivot upon which the wheels of this nation will be built. The laws of the bay, and we shall encourage you with a no look back when they happen. And you don't look back in this sense of justice. We shall do so bearing in mind that we have a culture and tradition. So the new Nigeria will advance the course of APR, authentic peaceful resolution, to reduce the number of mileage of cases which have suffocated our judges. And to you, my colleagues, members of legislature, it's obvious that our budgetary system have not helped us as a nation, and have not helped us to achieve more for our nation. And we cannot get the worth of investment whenever budget is made. The task force budget is the way to go in the new Nigeria, so that we can get reward and investment as quickly as possible and hold people responsible for projects not executed. To you, my youth, the great youth of Nigeria, somebody said to me a few days ago, a young lady walked up to me and said, what will you do about NSAS and police brutality? And I said to them, there's nothing like police brutality. What you have is youth brutalizing youth out of frustration. The policeman on the street that brutalizes his brother, this so not because the police, it's because he's a young man frustrated. So for my youth, the economy under new Nigeria, the youth again shall be the bedrock and the pivot upon which all the wheels of my economy will rotate. Anchored by technology. Never again, never again will a Chinese young boy remove his shirt in the morning, walking on the street to the manufacturing sector of the economy. Producing toothpick, producing water, producing juice, only to send it to my youth to consume. We're not a consuming nation. We shall be a consuming nation. The day is over in the new Nigeria, when all the smoke you see in all premises and houses is a smoke not of production, but of consumption of this year. This again will not happen in the new Nigeria. If there's any smoke that must rise, it must be a smoke of production in the manufacturing sector. Our youth are intelligent. Our youth are smart. They are innovative, more than any other youth in the world. But opportunity has not been given them. New Nigeria shall give you the desired opportunity. And human youth, I want you to walk proud from now henceforth. I know what you have gone through and humiliation. Some of you have left your country seeking for greener pastures. Some of you have no job. But let me say to you, under the new Nigeria, employment shall constitute an infinitesimal part of our strategy. What constitutes the major part is self-employment. Because God has created every man with a gift. Talent must be exposed. And that which God has created it for must manifest. My youth, I saw Lord. But I'm going to do this with you. And I'm going to prepare you for the next generation. So that when I finish, by the grace of God, I give you a present. I shall hand over this mantle to the younger generation. But thank God for now. I'm not too young to run, and I'm not too old to run. I'm simply a bridge between the old and young. I'm only 59 years old. And to you, my mothers and women, what we see in Nigeria is women crying for relevance. Our core family values are gone. Mothers, this is your time. First and foremost, we must get you to understand that you are not a woman, you are a womb man. All women are men in the first place, but men with extra responsibility. You shall be called a man, but for the womb you have. That's why they call it a womb man. In other words, you have extra responsibility. Which is support. When people talk about the crisis and insecurity, I ask my one question: who gets better than? Our mothers get better than. Our women get better than. If I didn't provide opportunity through my wife to take care of my children, I'm sure there will be somewhere. Our core family values must happen. Our rural women must be made financially independent. If women are financially independent, they should be able to control and handle their children. But what can a woman say to a child who is not able to feed? What can you say to that young boy who is 18 years old that's not able to pay for his school fees? You're asking him, go and look for money at all costs and go to school like others do. We must begin to separate criminality out of nature and nations with most criminality. And to you, my diasporas, the best doctors today we have in America is in Nigeria. The one who have the numbers in Nigeria. In Kuwait, they are Nigerians. Everywhere you go, our best friend has left us in search of greener pastures. New Nigeria shall build a long golden bridge that will bring you back again because you get your job. It is only now that and to you, the armed forces and the police. Another sympathize with you. Another share the pains you go through. But motivation, training is the way to go. You shall be motivated, and this nation will appreciate you. The sacrifices we're making to keep our nation protected and to protect our business. That we shall do. But what do you say of a police sergeant whose salary is 50,000 and who goes to buy a bag of rice for 30,000 or 40,000 that kind of thing, and have 7 children to send to school? We share your dreams. The new Nigeria will raise this one out of vision and passion. And to you, holders of our educational system, the teachers, let me say to you, that is my life. For me, education is no longer a way to life, it's lifestyle. And it's no longer a privilege, but it's a right. And anyone that denies a child not going to school has simply killed the future of that child. It's not a good story to hear today that we have the highest out of school children. 14.5 million children not going to school. Teachers, let me inform all of you. The new Nigeria will declare free education from primary to secondary school. And if I say to you, I will do that very easily. Because before I came into politics, I've built several schools. And so they can go to the same vision I have for Rochas Foundation. I'll bring it to there, to Nigeria. And every child shall come, irrespective of their background or family background or their situation. I want to say to our workers, you've done well. But for me, in Nigeria, which has socialized production, and men should only be paid according to labor inputs. The days of monkey they walk and do the chop will be over in the new Nigeria. And work must be compulsory. The name of said I introduced youth must work, and that work wonderfully well. We have enough resources to keep engaged everyone. Our problem is not that we are poor. Our problem is our ability to manage the resources of our life. Perhaps at this point, I want to say one thing, that the new Nigerian government shall be compatible. It shall be compatible, not of respectability and power, but of repose, of respect to human rights, of good law and just administration. Our proper business shall be business of development and improvement. In the times of peace, we shall advance the art of peace and the works of peace. We shall comfort our land and develop the resources of our land. The new Nigeria basically is meant to help the poor, the needy, the downtrodden, and ensuring that our leaders and those who are privileged are not left alone. Nigeria should soon conquer the world. But let me now tell you why I think I'm a better candidate. And I'm not posthumous in any way, but those of you who know me. But if I have to stand posthumous for the first time, it's only to bear my heart for you to understand where I'm coming from. Where I'm going. The mood of our nation today calls for a leader in 2023 that can unite this country and give everybody a sense of belonging. If I say I will unite this country, believe me, I will do so. I'm not saying I will. I'm saying I've done that already. There's no part of this country or zone you will go without seeing my signature. I'm not from Sokoto State. My signature is in Sokoto State. I'm not from Zaria. My signature is in Zaria. I'm not from Kano. My signature is in Kano. It's in Northwest. I'm not from North Central. My signature is in Jos. I'm not from Northeast. My signature is in Adamawa and Bauchi. I'm not from Southwest. My signature is in Ibadan, Oyo State. I'm not from South. My signature is in Cross River. So when I tell Nigeria will unite this country, believe me, I can do that because I've done that in the past. And I challenge all those coming to contest with me. to show what they have done in uniting this country. The mood of the nation also suggests that this nation, the way it is now, requires a compassionate leader. A leader of compassion, who can listen to the downtrodden, the widows, the poor, and the needy, and show concern. I'm blessed with still 6 children. But today I'm a proud father of over 25,000 children. I don't know how they happen. I don't know who they are. But I've adopted them as my children. I've given them education. Most of them are Fulani boys, Hausa boys, Yoruba boys, Igbo, they see. In Imo State alone, I have 3 schools, Rochas Foundation College of Africa. They have brought the entire African nation under one roof. I have Rochas Foundation College of Dream, and Rochas Foundation College Primary School. I've trained more than 5,000 Fulani children. I've trained more than 6,000 Yorubas. I've trained more than 10,000 Igbos. I don't know them. I don't know where they come from. What I've tried me with them is poverty. Because I was once a child of poverty. And I swear to God Almighty, Lord, when you bless me, I must bless others. When you give me, I must share with those who do not have. Because on my own, I can do nothing. But I can do all things through God. That's my heart. That's how I feel. But I have a word for what I do. Only last week, Abdullahi, my son from Kano State, walked up to me with a piece of star and said, Daddy, I want to decorate you. I said, what is this? He said, now I'm SP. And that little boy who had no father, no mother that you trained, now I'm decorated by the police as a 6-time police. Daddy, I thought to guide you this million of money. For me, that day, that was my salary. That's my job. My joy is to see a Nigeria where there is no more poverty and no more fear. This nation, when I say I have compassionate and believe I do. And if there's any candidate who has more compassion for the poor or who feels for the downtrodden than myself, let me. This nation is in their need of building the economy. It's of a truth that we have had so many economists who run the affairs of this country. We have had the Soludos, the Koji ones, and the best brains. But why is this still poverty in this land? We have had presidents and governors, local government chairman, me, myself included. Why do we still have poverty in this place? This nation is in their need of someone who can create wealth. This nation is in their need of someone who has the vision to make money for this nation. Do not kill your leaders. Don't kill your president. Don't abuse them. Don't insult them. Because the problem of Nigeria is the amount of money in Nigeria is far too small compared to the problem it has. When you come out and say, they have done this and done that, they just have done nothing. A person does not hate this country. Now that would say Buhari doesn't like Nigeria. You will not be fair to Buhari. Buhari loves this country. You cannot be fair to him to say Buhari does not want you or doesn't want to stop Boko Haram. It's not true. He wants to stop. Do not blame your leader. Don't kill. The problem is, for every 1 billion naira problem, Nigeria has 10,000 naira to stop. But what we find now is that radical businessman who can turn nothing into something that has done in the time. How will we do that? I'm going to go where they come to power. They start singing the songs of blessing and start singing the songs of complaint. I will not complain, I will take responsibility. All things are passed away. Behold, I'm peradventure, if you want to know, I'm a child of poverty. I went through the street trading of oranges, coconut to be where I am today. My source of wealth is clean and straight. And if you want to know who I was before becoming a governor, go to Conduct Bureau and check my records. You are trying to say that Rochas was Rochas before police. And if there's anyone who has stated more well than myself before going to politics, let me show sir, come and come. Where poverty persists, ethnicity thrives. Where poverty persists, blends become better of the day. Nigerians are not enemy to one another. Our biggest enemy is hunger. I've come to address that in the new Nigeria. And that must be addressed. And that we should do. I said these 3 points, and I believe that all of you are with me, that even at the basis of taking, who should be your president? That's where I stand. It is for this reason that I want to inform you that please permit me to be your pilot for the new Nigeria. And I'm a pilot like part of the new Nigeria. His destiny and safe arrival to destination. I understand as I take off to this place as a pilot, there might be some few turbulences, don't worry, nothing to worry about. Captain Rochas is the command. But if you get the point, after the rough bad way, that we shall get the cruising port. When I shall say to Elijah, Professor, to Matthew, to Sabo, to Oke, to Adamu, to Shebu, I said, come on, Lord. Come, untie your seatbelt, and let us enjoy the new Nigeria. And tell, there shall be a new God. All I want to appeal to our politicians and those who want confusion, to please think about the unity of this country. Today, you may have heard that people are talking about zoning, rotation. I'm not a candidate of rotation. Not am I a candidate of rotation or zoning. I'm a candidate of justice. Maybe the Southeast or the South have not been able to present their matter very well before the rest of Nigeria. I'm sure if you tell to a Muslim, another, and say to him, remember my friends from the north, and my brothers of the Muslim Ummah, that remember that the principal cardinal point upon which Islam is built is justice. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, according to the fact that in Quran chapter 16 verse 19, he says, Inna Allah, that's it. You alone, what he did, saying, verily, God commands justice and faith. It's for this reason that I think Nigerians cannot know that at this crucial point, when zones have affected the presidency of Nigeria, and when it feels like it's a turn for the Southeast, another man will come up. He simply saying to the Igbos, who are you? That's the thing. Or a Southwest, our brother from the Southwest will come, I want to be a president, you should not be. He simply said to the Igbos, who are you? We must never do that so that children yet unborn may not feel that they're not part of this country. It's wonderful in the face of justice, and I speak for this to give people the sense of belonging. Other than that, I could try to run with anybody who cares about. But where that is not possible, we can shape them. But I appeal to my party, the APC. They should allow a clear level ground. And Igbos must understand that the power is not given, power is taken. You must go out and reach out to people as we speak, and you must take power, because no one will give you power. But let's just be fair. When all this is done, let's get it. As I declare to run for the office of the president, of the president, the government of Nigeria, I want to give you a picture of Nigeria, a new Nigeria of my dream. When this happens, and there'll be a new Nigeria. These are green, white, green. Will begin to fly over hills and dales, over nations, over Japan, over America, over China, over Dubai, and begin to command the commerce of those countries. When that time comes, the new Nigeria comes, we shall be our brother's keeper. Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, Efik, Ijo shall sit on a round table of brotherhood, embracing one another. When that time comes, a military sergeant, a young boy who wears suit like I'm wearing suit, will shoulder stress hard and say, I'm in Nigeria. And that day I will join you at that Eagle Square to remind you of the old national anthem. We say, go tribe and tongue, the different. In brotherhood will stand. God bless the federal
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, that was the fine, eloquent, and trailblazing for William Rochas of Okorocha.
Rochas has just declared for presidency of Nigeria, and it's very clear. Now we are going to have numbers of people that will be coming out. Orwele Rochas is just coming out today to let Nigerians know that he is coming to do a lot of things. He has determined numbers of things that he had in mind to do. Very soon, I'm sure there will be question and answer where journalists that are in the house are going to ask him questions in different ways, in different forms, to give more explanation about what he intends to do for Nigerians. He has made it known that flag of Nigeria is going to be flying across all the countries, and it's going to make Nigeria proud. How he's going to do it as a businessman who has served as a governor, who is coming up to become a president. He's going to let us know much about that. But in the house, we still pay attention to what is going on. I'll be finding out from other people that are in the house whether he's going to be able to do it, whether they believe in him, whether he has the strength and capability to carry out the task that is set for, many other things. But let's just return back to the house and see what is going on. I'm a part of it. Continue to subscribe to GTV Africa wherever you are, on YouTube and on Facebook, GTV Africa Services. Continue to be part of it and live thing updates of politics and others will be coming your way. I'm Beniga Olamide.
Here in Nigeria's capital on his declaration to run for the office of President, Federal Republic of Nigeria. We will immediately begin to take questions. For want of time, they might, yes, we have less than 15 minutes to do this. So I'll crave your indulgence to just introduce yourself, the media organization you represent, and keep the question. Keep it short and simple. Kiss. The mic is there. Fred Itwa of the Sun newspaper. Please, yes.
Okay, good afternoon, Your Excellency. My name is Fred Itwa. I report for Daily Sun newspaper. I have two questions, very brief. Since 2007, if I can recall, no president has ever won an election in Nigeria without the support of his party at the state level. As we know today, you are not in the best of terms with
Fred,
your
hold
government.
on. Please proceed.
Can I go ahead, sir? Now, you are not the best of terms with your governor. And we're also aware allegedly that you are not in control of the structure of APC in Imo State. With these challenges, do you stand any chance of even getting the votes of delegates from your state when the time comes? That's the first question. The second one, sir, you said Nigeria is divided and that you unite us. And that Nigeria is not the poverty capital of the world and that you change that. People will mistake that to mean that the current president had not united Nigeria, and under his watch, you are not the poverty capital of the world. Is that what you mean, sir? Just
newspaper. My question is in an Indian question. I just want to know the status of your membership of APC during the recent registration. Choose, don't choose, yeah? Don't choose.
No, Excellency, sir. This is John Chooks following new delegate. Your Excellency, like the first person asked your political base in terms of party, I want to ask a question in that line. Before your second term, your name was so resonant in the Southeast that once they mention you anywhere, they will know, yes, this was the governor. You had a problem with the governor of Anambra State. the number of people supported you. You had with the governor with George in Aba, the other people supported you. All of a sudden, this seems not to be so again. Within the Ohanese, you were one of their delights then. But today, I don't know what happened. I would like to ask, is there anything you think you didn't do well in your second term? And you might want to use this opportunity to tell Imo State people you are sorry about. Thank you.
Okay, His Excellency will respond to these questions now. Thank you very much. Well, after now, we'll return to you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Let me start from the last speaker. If there's something I think I've done wrong, I need to apologize. And if I found one of those, but let me grab this opportunity to inform you what's happening. When you talk about your Ohanese is the cultural body that oversees the activities of the day. I'm an Igbo, and I'm part of Ohanese. When Ohanese had disputes, he took the grace of God on myself, the name of State as governor, to reconcile and bring peace to bear among Ohanese. Today, the only property of Ohanese they have is built by Rochas Foundation. Today, as an Igbo man, I've supported the Igbo nation, the whole. If I train 25,000 children, half of those children are Igbos. And I have investment in Igbo land. I believe in Igbo people. So, what you see happening is that my people, Igbos, are unique people. Igbos prefer to be wonderful people outside and inside. That's why whenever anybody tells me that Igbo man wants to succeed, wants to leave Nigeria, is not true. I said to the other candidates last time, I said, there's no way to go without financial. Today, for president, none of them have investment in Igbo. Not one. Not one single Nigerian, be from the northwest, southwest, has an investment, or even the south has any investment in the south. But here I'm a man, I have investment. I don't have much issue with Ohanese. What I have issue with is the political Ohanese. And the problem we have, most of them sometimes, if an Igbo man is aspiring to be a vice president, and he thinks I want to run for president, he wouldn't like it. Yes. That's the problem we have. So I don't have a problem with that. And for you to say about Imo State, if I said that done in my second time, I'm sure you must have had some news, actually, social media especially. But I don't know them from Igbo. There are no more than, let me tell you, our research showed that about 39 young men who are on salary of 50,000 naira every day, every month, that creates a news like 10,000 people. And I've pressed all of them like men, and I say, may they keep making it more. Can I say something that might shock you? And before they come in, all of the work, people are teaching. And I make posts like this. I hate the posts. Maybe the only way I can make posts and people will believe it is when I make posts. Of all the government in Imo State, dead or alive, Manus Nubakwe, who governs Imo and that, no government has done 1/4 of my government. And I challenge anybody to come and stand with me and say, listen, Rochas, you're lying. Let me show you. I was the first governor to introduce free education. from primary to secondary university. I had over 2,000 projects. It sounds like a job. But the best cargo airport in this country was built by me. The best ever port built in Imo State was built by me. The best government house was built by me. Police headquarters, prison headquarters. Now, international conference center, exhibition center, government house, NUJ. If I count my projects today, step back. I have built more schools, more than all the government in the past in Imo State have built. My word of honor. I've built more hospitals, more than all the government in Imo State is the center. And it is deficit. I've opened up Owerri. Owerri was a glorified. And Owerri became the fastest growing city in Nigeria outside Abuja and Lagos. I was working to score myself because I know I'm growing high. So I don't think of anything. What we hear in Imo State, where I come from, that's why when people say you are brothers, no northerner is my enemy, no southwest, they're all my friends. If I have any political enemy, it's from my home. And if I have anybody who wants to put me down, it's from my home. Now, but let me just quickly answer this. That Imo State that I left, peace reigned in Imo State for 8 years. Nightlife was everywhere. I created 25,000 jobs for youth. I was the first governor in the history to make millionaires in 305. I made 305 millionaires in Imo State. It's there for everybody to see. But what we hear is Rochas built statue. Listen to this, let me explain to you. Now, what they do not know is that Imo State is the first state in the history of Nigeria where sitting presidents of other countries flew to the state, which is not an international airport, passing Abuja to land in Imo because of my statue. Now, if you go to Imo during December during my time, that's started by the president. Visited by President Mohamed Buhari, you will get me. I'm sure it's listening today. Vice President, if you see the comments, Philip Johnson, Nana Akufo-Addo of Ghana, many presidents came there, and it was in my ingenuity. Imo is not too rich a state. What you get in 1 year in Imo State is what Rivers by Esther woman. But I have to think outside the box. That's how I want to fix Nigeria. No, I got some nice students of art, got some iron rods, and got some mortar cement. And they put a picture of the person, it looks like him. I said, come and I'll tell you a but what you don't know is that is the best center that grew in Imo State. Because it's making children have a role model. Every 3 months, I take children on a tour, school children, to teach them how to be a great person. And I had the longest bridge there. They don't talk about pedestrian bridge. In that bridge, you have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Now, good morning, when I start with the secondary school children, I say, this is your good morning. Between the age of 1 to age of 15, 18 is your good morning. It's the time that you must sacrifice and read. What have you done? Have you passed your exams? They say, okay, we've done well. Okay, let's go to the afternoon. We'll start working on the bridge until we get to the afternoon. For me now, I've passed my afternoon small. Now, I'll ask you, from your morning to your afternoon, what have you achieved? That's the yardstick. So when you get to the afternoon, you ask yourself, in my own afternoon, I started my morning with senior authorities. In my afternoon, I became a village. I said, what are you doing? Now, if you cross afternoon and you use afternoon for parties and champagne and good life, evening is waiting for you. So when I took them to the evening, I said, here is the evening. What do you have to show for it? Say nothing. I said, you have a problem. So if in your evening, like I'm planning my evening, if your evening is so great and you did well, the time when the sun shall set, the day in our life, this sun shall set. When the eyes can no longer open. That was the evening. I said, come to the evening, and if you have done well, you've been a leader, then you descend well. When you descend, history will still remember you by putting your statue and tell your story of your life. So others can. They criticize me for bringing Zuma. And Zuma today, let me shock you. Zuma is the only president in the world, the whole world, who has never had a teacher, never been to primary school, never seen a classroom in his life, yet he's a president. So what am I saying? To you that have never been to school, your life is not finished. If Zuma can make it, why can't you make it? That's the status of Zuma. St. Johnson is the only first female president where women are being suppressed. She came up and became something. Every woman wants to look at St. Johnson. I remember Tafawa Balewa for his powerful rhetoric, my boss, and so is his face. When I watched the video of when Tafawa Balewa went to America and how he's been received, you see, it raises me up as a Nigerian. So that status per bedroom is one of the best things I've happened to him. Even APC uses that on their ticket. And if I wanted to sue them on collection. So the other thing you will hear is that Rochas created Ministry for Happiness. Have you heard that one? And that's what I say, these people is an act of hypocrisy. Now, let me tell you about happiness. Go to the Constitution of Nigeria. Let me tell you what they're like. The Constitution of Nigeria is centered to guarantee happiness of citizens. Anytime citizens are not happy, the Constitution has failed. It's essential. And wise nations move forward. In Nigeria, from Ministry of Works, from Dankin Dankam, the Ministry of Finance, no more new ministry. In fact, Ministry of Happiness is Ministry of Humanitarian